Thank you. Good day, everyone. My name is Esther Peter, standing in for Imole, Samson, and these are our co-authors. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate my mentor and my supervisor, distinguished emeritus professor Peter Okebukola. We are from Africa Center of Excellence for Innovative and Transformative STEM Education in Lagos State here in Nigeria. The title of our presentation is Exploring the Efficacy of CTCA in Breaking Barriers Students' Learning of Difficult Concepts in Biology. The problem of the study is that the persistent poor achievement of students in biology has been a great concern, and several methods of delivering biology curriculum has been explored by most researchers, such as collaborative method. We have the cooperative learning, but they have failed to turn the fortune of student performance in school and public examination around in a positive direction. We can see on this slide, the graph by your right, the performance of the students concentrating and they're below 50%. This is the reason why we are looking at how the students can actually break the barrier of this difficult concept. Now, the research questions are: what concepts in the new biology curriculum the students find most difficult to learn? And we have the second research question, which is: will there be a statistically significant difference in the achievement of students' thoughts energy flow in an ecosystem using the CTCA approach and those thoughts using the traditional lecture method? This study on the following theoretical and philosophical frameworks. The first is the Okebukola ecotechno-cultural theory. We have the Auxiliary theory of advanced organizer, Goss's socio-cultural theory, and the rest are on the slide. This study was conducted in phases. The first is survey, while the second is quasi-experimental. During the survey phase, we identified some difficult concepts that students find difficult to learn. The population were all African students offering biology, and the sample was 1,493 senior secondary biology students in Nigeria and Ghana. The instrument used was concepts in biology questionnaire with the reliability coefficient of 0.78. This were at the result. We can see that the most difficult concepts were spiration and evolution down to sense organs. But for the purpose of the second phase, which is the quasi-experimental, we use the energy flow in ecosystem. Quasi-experimental phase had the population was all senior school students offering biology in Lagos State, and the sample price of 8 senior secondary students, and which is the equivalent to grade 11 in USA. The control and the experimental had 40 subjects. The energy flow in an ecosystem achievement test was the instrument used with a reliability coefficient of 0.73. The treatment lasted for 3 weeks. For energy flow in ecosystem, which is the transfer of energy between organisms, was the concept third, and it was CTCA was used for the experimental class, while the students in the control had learning experience with the conventional teaching method. Now, how do we use CTCA? CTCA is a control techno contextual approach, and it consists of 3 components. We have the cultural, the technology, and the context. CTCA is used in 3 forms. We use it in the classroom, at the field, and also in the laboratory. But for the purpose of this study, we use it in the classroom. It has 5 stages. The first stage, or the first step, as pre-lesson activity, the teacher informs the students ahead of time, like about a week uh, ahead of the topic to be taught the following week. So the teacher asks them to reflect on indigenous knowledge in the indigenous knowledge related to concept, which is energy flow in an ecosystem. Uh, they are also to solve through the net using their mobile phones or their laptops on that same topic. Then the step two is that at the start of the lesson and after the introduction by the teacher, the students are grouped into mixed ability and mixed sex groups to share their individual reflections. Uh, they also share their indigenous knowledge, their cultural practices, and beliefs associated to that concept. And they also summarize their ideas. Then they also pick a group leader that to present what they discuss in their group for a few minutes. Then the step three, the teacher progresses the lesson by drawing examples from the immediate surrounding of the school and also sprinkle humor to actually excite students. And the step four, the, as the lesson progresses, the class is reminded of the relevance of indigenous knowledge and cultural practices, and also to link the topic of the cultural practices and the web resources. And at this stage, misconceptions are cleared by the teacher. And the last step is at the close of the lesson, brief summary of the lesson was sent by via WhatsApp. Now, these are the cultural practices uh, we use to teach how energy flows in an air ecosystem. We can see from the slide a diagram or a picture showing sun reflecting on plants, this, and also a cow that a farmer is actually leading to get some food. We can see the farmer cultivating a land. So plants, when a farmer cultivates a piece of land, the green plants traps in energy from the sun, and that is where they get their food. So herbivores such as the cow or the birds, they feed on these plants to get their energy. And humans also kill these animals for consumption. So this explains how energy is transferred from between organisms. Now, this is another these are another uh, ways or cultural practices that teach students continuous reduction of energy from one trophic level to another. You can see that this is Gary in Nigeria. It's a carbohydrate food consumed in many parts of Nigeria, especially in Hebrews. This is the Gary. We have yellow Gary and white Gary, whichever one you opt for. And this is a Gary mill in Igbo land. This is a cassava grinding machine. This explains continuous reduction of energy from one tropical level to another. And the results for the quasi-experimental phase, the random assignment to experimental and control groups was not achieved. So the analysis of variance was applied on the achievement score. And the score from the results, it was shown that the experimental and the control groups were statistically significant difference with the experimental CTCA group performing better. And the reason being that from their experiences, the responses from the students, from Karim, you can see that he said watching some YouTube videos on energy flow in an ecosystem on my phone made me had knowledge of the topic before coming to class. Then Daniela said, I understood the topic better because I could relate it with the things around me. Why did CCA group perform better? The reason is we discovered that because of the three mechanisms of action involved in CTCA. It was attributed to this better performance. And we can also see that students was able to learn from home. They were able to ask from their parents those cultural practices related to concepts. They were they checked their phones, they surfed through the net, and that is the technology part of CTCA. The context, the teacher explained using those things around them to explain the concepts. Those are the reason why they performed better than their convention traditional method. Then from within the limitation of the study, we recommend that biology teachers should look beyond the conventional teaching strategy to teach biological concepts and explore the power of culture, and also to train teachers in the use of CTA. These are my references. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, see, the moderator is excused himself for a little while, so maybe we'll take questions from the floor. Dr. Esther will. You want to take you want to ask a question? I saw your hand raised. Oh no. Okay. So questions? Yeah, it will appear that Dr. Esther Peter, since you have no questions, silence means consent. That they will all agree with you with all that you have said. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I think that will be for this presentation. Maybe we'll move on. Oh, is there anybody in Vancouver at the on-site end that may wish to ask a question? I see.